Greetings, my dear friends and football enthusiasts. I come bearing hot football news on this 8th of April 2003. But before I dive into the news, I have a few questions for you and your followers. Who do you think will be the coach leading Chelsea in the new season? Please comment below. Now, on to the main information that has taken the football world by storm. Manchester United is in hot pursuit of a series of star players, according to reports by Manchester Spirituality. As a result, Manchester will be selling off a series of bridges to collect funds for two blockbuster deals for Harry Kane and Harry Alex as Brand William. It looks almost certain that William will bid farewell to the Yard, leaving behind an Anthony Mackie and MU that no longer works. We must be patient as it seems they will be spending a lot of money in their pursuit of these players. Unfortunately, Williams' injury means he is no longer compatible with Manchester United's squad. All three cups and LED lights will be sold later, once the coach hero lends the coach 10 times. It's hard to believe, but there are rumors that they may hire the Prime Minister. Former star of Borussia Dortmund, Barca, will be the deal transfer that helps MU collect a lot of money next summer. Goalkeeper Go Henshin will return to MU when his contract expires, but acquiring coach 10 will be difficult. They are giving away 2 yards and a list of land for sale, and New Donald will be recovered from a second injury. That young talent is Egina and Penisri Cora requires the current expertise of coach hiring, and it should be hard to sell or lend it to you then. Scott Mina and 50 trainers will be hard to keep, making McCuminate the best option as backup. But if Newcastle bids, it is reasonable to agree with the home team. Old Trafford will also listen to the words recommended for Lindaus and Wabi-Saka. It will be a real revolution in the field of Old Trafford, according to the Coaching Telegraph. The 10 singers will return to Old Trafford along with a midfielder and a quality striker, if the budget is ready. Lamp 2 will take into account the story of recruiting a right back and also one more central defender. In the middle of all this excitement, I want to remind you that after a lot of experience in the Premier League this year, the Red Devils' success in the season is to be celebrated. They have earned this prize without spending any money. In other news, Arsenal and Barca compete for the surplus of Man City in the transfer window. Last January, Manchester City suddenly pushed Chanel Flowers to Bayern Munich on loan until the end of the season. Bavaria got off to a pretty impressive start and there were 2 matches in a row where they both created for the team to score. But then he gradually lost position and only got back to the field when Thomas replaced the coach. Tablets are still quite precarious and vague, and this grey lobster joke has no shortage of defenders on the wings. They probably won't want to give up the number or spend too much money to buy him. It's likely to be around £60 million. His Manchester City is almost equal to no, so they'll have to look for an expression. New Clothes recently have information about Barcelona. Both Arsenal and Barca are closely watching every move of injustice for Chanel. Spain's sport newspaper, Barca, is in favor of first bringing in a new fullback inside this summer. For Zero to be considered the number 1 title of the Catalan team, they will ask to borrow him for a season before deciding whether to buy land. While the Gunners also want to get Chelo refund to increase the ability to attack on the flanks, it's still quite uncertain if Bayer and Tunisia would really bring the highest interest. They have had successes from buying Glabench and moving her last summer. The Deputy Prime Minister may also add another star from Manchester City. In an exciting development, I was honored to receive the Best Coach award in the Championship in March, thanks to the impressive performance of Middlesbrough's former midfielders team. Manchester United earns 10 points from him and 13 goals after 39 matches. Mido is ranked 3rd on Championship rankings, less than Bali and Suppliers 17 and 6 points, respectively. Mr. Rose started April with a failure of 24-2 in Philtown. However, the current coach has guaranteed the sentence that the club has a place in the playoff round, earning tickets to play in the Premier League in 2022. Before the former midfielder who has gained experience in a supporting role, acting attorney and Lam Veen in Manchester, i.e. before Kendick arrived, Midoro was ranked 22nd out of 24 championship teammates. One of the cases that helped Pro impress the team already was the performance of midfielder Michael Carrick. Pro scored up to 71 goals in 39 pull-ups each, ranking just below top team Berlin, the team that owns 74 goals in the championship. Now, on to some updates from the world of international football. Barca wants to find leverage to recruit Messi. Barcelona is considering a deal for the weirdest deal in world football to bring Lionel Messi back to the club. Set for this summer, according to the reports, Barca can look for a sponsor to pay only $10. If that doesn't work, they will consider the possibility that maybe Messi will be paid part of his salary through a percentage of sales, shirt or ticket sales, so far. Are there any specific and main negotiations between Messi and his old team? Barcelona is not the only team interested in the World Cup champion. Inter Miami from the USA contacted him, and there are reports that he agreed to sign the contract. In addition, you also get special interest from Saudi Arabia. If you agree to join Argel, Lionel Messi can get a salary of up to 400 million euros, which is twice what Ronaldo is receiving at Anis. Paris may still keep their strikers in possession, but Kwang's work is slowly progressing after 10 days. There is also the option of signing a contract with him for a year, though this is not possible to appreciate. U22 Vietnam is about to play China. U22 Vietnam will participate in the Four Heroes Tournament, a friendly tournament named Paracape with U22 Bahrain, U22 Uzbekistan, and host U22 China next June. The Secretary-General of the Football Federation Vietnam, Du Many Blocks, confirmed that U22 Vietnam needs tournaments such as these to accumulate more business experience, increase friction, and aim for Asia 2003, U23 Asia 2004, and qualifying for the Paris Olympics. Before the Football Federation, China has sent invitations to many teams for youth recruitment in Asia, Paracup 2023, expected to take place from June 12 to 20th. Teams kick in a circle for points, and to choose the Paracup champion is the prize. China's annual match, U22 China, just appointed a new coach, Mr. Alexander Vick. Before attending China U22, Paracup has a practice trip and training in our Crocodile China. The press forecasts that the Russian team will have the addition of U20 player Bridges, who just reached the quarterfinals of U23 Asia. U23 has just passed the first time U22 Vietnam meeting China U22 in 2019 when Vietnam U22, under the guidance of coach Park Hang-seo, won the match with a score of 2-0. 5 Vietnamese players stuck with records in Japan. Finally, some updates from the V-League. Match 5 is still the longest, and first place has just started. However, some players have been registered for their team but could not play because there is no transfer paper. This is the case of midfielder Bui Ngoc Long, who comes from Ho Chi Minh City Club, Pham Van Luan of Hanoi's Vu Hong Quan of Hoa Binh Club remaining. 2 players have not been registered for any team in Vietnam yet. Both are Nguyen Ngoc Hao and Nguyen Van Sun. The 5 players above are all incomplete, and with time running out for the 2022 season, the players don't know who will represent the club to check in. So, the problem persists to market hours. The transfer in Japan Phase 1 was open from January 9 and just closed again on April 2. There are 3 months so that the Saigon club and players can handle this problem, but the following consequences will occur. At that time, disbanding left a disadvantage for 5 players to return from Japan. According to FIFA's calendar, the transfer window will open for the second time from July 17 to August 16. Then the mid-season transfer period of Vietnam is from May 31 to June 27. The rule is to wait for the market to move and concessions in your country to reopen. VFF is working with FIFA to adjust the transfer time for the 2003 season. 3 former players of the Saigon club must wait until the middle of the 7th match, looking forward to playing during the season until the end of August. Thank you all for reading, and until next time, goodbye.